Ya viene.
No, sí.
Hola.
Valeria?
Sí.
What it do, my gente? Your boys coming through once again. And on today's video, we're gonna talk about a name that is going viral right here in Mexico, and I think it just crossed over to the U.S. A lot of people on TikTok are talking about Valeria Márquez, right? She was an influencer right here in Mexico who basically became on her live stream on TikTok. Uh, you could see how she was just right there doing a live, and all of a sudden somebody asked for her name. She confirmed her name, and they hit her one in the chest and two in the head, and that was it. Then followed by her employee who grabs the phone, looks at the live, and ends the live, and that was it, right? So a lot of people have a lot of questions. There's different information coming out, and on today's video, I'm gonna tell you what actually happened, the little background, plus the person who's being accused of doing this. So before we continue with this video, do not forget to hit the like, a comment, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button. It does not cost you nothing, and at the end of the day, it's helping the channel grow faster. Again, we have 24 hours to get to 6K. I don't know if that's possible, but still, I'm mentioning it just because, So support the channel, hit the subscribe. Let's get to this challenge. So now to the story, right? So Valeria Márquez, 23 years old. She owns a salon. She had, I believe, 90K followers on TikTok, 100 and something on Instagram. She was a model. Very beautiful girl, right? But this lady got involved with people she shouldn't get involved. And at the end of the day, came back and bite her in the ass. The thing about this, and we start with the beginning of this story, man, is that somebody was going to her salon, asking for her personally. The worker, I believe by the name of Erica, said, "You know what? Valeria is not here yet, but if you want, you can leave the package right here, and I'll make sure that she'll get it." Right? I mean, any other packet delivery service or whatever you want to call that will say, "Yeah." Why? Because they have more packages to deliver, right? So it's like, boom, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. That's usually what happens when I order through Mercado Libre or something like that. It's like, hey man, just put it right there in front of the house. You're good. There's cameras. Don't even trip. And they do that, you know what I mean? Because they have a lot of things to do. So this individual was like, nah, this package is very expensive, so I prefer to give it to her in person. So all right. So Erica called Valeria and basically told her, "Hey man, there's this guy who says he has a package for you. He wants to give it to you personally." So Valeria was like, "What? Okay." I say, "Why doesn't he give it to you?" I say, "Okay, it's too expensive, blah 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 blah." Right? So he said, "Okay, I'll be right there in an hour." So the package guy was like, "Okay, in an hour I'll come back." Right? And that was it. So Valeria came in. She started doing her live and was talking about the situation, how suspect it seemed. Why? Because you couldn't even see the face of the package guy. He covered his face. He seems suspect, right? Because come on, man, any package guy will just drop the thing and I'm bouncing. I did what I had to do. But the thing is that the more they talk about it, the more the influencer was getting nervous. The more she was like, "Man, I think they're coming to pick me up," right? Because she already knew the people she'd been involved, and she'd been involved with some heavy, like a very heavy individual from that area. So as time passed by, she like, "You know what? I think I'm gonna leave because I don't know what's gonna happen." But the worker's like, "Nah, like chill, man. Just wait for her for old boy and don't even trip." Uh, the the employee brought her like something to drink, something to snack on, just to keep her entertained and calm, right? So as time passes by, there's a guy comes through, right, and actually gives her a package, which I believe was like a teddy bear or un oso de peluche, something like that, man. Which she was doing a live showing the pink little teddy bear she had. And she was just talking all comfortable and stuff like that. That individual left. I don't know if it was the same person because they had said that there was like three different guys coming in, but we don't know that, right? So This individual left, knew already who was Valeria Márquez, and took off. Then eventually another guy came through and asked, "Hey man, are you Valeria Márquez?" And the girl was like, "Yeah." And then right there, after a few seconds, you just see a video in where there's a shot to her chest and then two on her head, and she just drops right there. As all of that is happening, her employee is not screaming. Her employee is not asking for help. She's not doing none of that stuff, right? She grabs the phone, looks at the camera, right, as she's ending the live. But there's no emotion on her face. There's nothing. Again, there's people who react to things like this in a different way. So you cannot put the blame on this employee. But man, you never know, right? You never know. There's a lot of snakes around this planet, and possibly you can have one next to you. You know. So the thing is, like, who did this, right? For at the beginning, they were trying to blame the employee. They were trying to blame a friend of Valeria, who were basically telling her to be to go to the estetica or to a salon and wait for this package, right? So they're putting the blame on this individual. But all of a sudden, new information came through. And basically, Valeria had mentioned in past comments on her TikTok, if anything happened to her, the one to be blamed was her ex-boyfriend. Right? So who's the best? Who was the ex-boyfriend? The ex-boyfriend is a high. Like when I say high, it's a high-ranking uh, cartel member. You have heard a lot of corridos about this individual. He has a lot of corridos and pretty good, you know. And he's well known as the double R, el doble R. That's the individual who's being blamed for this unaliving. And at the end of the day, it's being investigated as it's an aggravated homicide. Now, whether this individual did it or not, who knows? But what we know about this information is that she was with him for a few months, right? 23 years old, man. This individual is gonna be older, right? She was with him a couple months, and the thing about this is that this individual used to get mad. Why? Because she used to receive gifts from her followers, and he would be mad like, "Hey man, why are you receiving these gifts and stuff like that?" And they're saying that the doble R used to send her gifts just to keep her in check, just to keep her guessing, you know, just to be like I can do whatever I want to you whenever I want to you, so you better chill, right? I guess she ended the relationship, and this guy couldn't take it that good that he felt the need to unalive her because of whatever reason, right? It is a sad incident, but it is reality right here in Mexico. That's what it is. Influencers are being dropped left and right. We have seen this throughout these past 2 years, right? And I mean, it is sad, man. It is sad, but it is reality. That's what it is. Interesting part about the employee, man, is that she was very quiet, no reaction. I don't know if she was in it on it. That maybe El Doble R had tell her, "Hey, man, make sure that she's right there. If not, otherwise." You never know how everything works, man. But at the end of the day, that's the story with Valeria. Hopefully you enjoyed it. So with this being it, we are out to next video. Muchas gracias. Saludos.